Welcome in, y'all. Tap the screen and share the live, please. Repost it, put it on your story, whatever. Thank you so much for coming in. Hello, Angela. How are you? Hello, Shannon. How are you? Hey, Bowhunter. How are you? Little Philly girl. Hello. Hello, Rachel. Welcome in, y'all. Tap the screen and share the live, please. Hey, Rochester. Hello. Haven't missed anything. We just went live. Hey, Fighter. Hello. Welcome in. I was just gonna say, Amanda, isn't it late for you? Tap the screen and share the live, y'all. Thank you for coming in. Hello, everybody. Tap the screen and share the live, y'all. Just waiting for everybody to get in and then we'll get started. Waiting on Amber, Adam, a couple other people. Birdie, cat got your tongue, girl. We're gonna discuss Gov a little bit and then we're gonna get right into Joker. Good evening, Tara. How are you? Sunshine, hush down there. Thank you, Crochet. I appreciate that. Alan, I'm just Andrea. Sent you a message. I'm doing really well.
Okay, Andrea, thank you.
Hey, Dee Dee, how are you? Dee Dee, I sent you a message on IG. If you have time, could you please check that? We need to take your debit card away. Girl, same. Hey, Seeking, how are you? You don't have to do it right now, just whenever. It was pertaining to this, but it doesn't involve you. It's just, you can see it later if you'd like. I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. Hey, Blast, how are you? Where the hell is Adam and Amber? Why does TikTok only give you a few people you can share it to? You can't search people to share it to. At least the host can't. Hey, Green Eyes, how are you? I'm glad to see you in here. Hey, Dave Doyle, how are ya? Welcome in, everybody. All right, Digital, thank you. I'm glad you came in. Hey, Gina. Hello, please get a job. How are you? Welcome in, y'all. You know it's serious if this guy shows up. Scam Opera, are you in here? If you are, could you request, please? Hello, good evening. Welcome in, y'all. Y'all in trouble now. Birdie, you want to go ahead and fix your boxes? Or we really don't need that right yet, do we?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Amber gonna make it on time? Hey, Rammer Jammer. She's probably still floating in that damn pool with her martini.
Hi, just Linda and everyone else. Hope everyone's having a great day, evening.
If any of you see that individual come in, can you please let me know?
You got it.
Game Opera, I just sent you a message on IG. Could you please check it?
Can you hear me fine also, Checkmate?
Yeah, you sound good, Adam.
I was playing with my mic earlier, so I want to just make sure it was working fine. Hey, Sunshine, Cleavage, how you guys doing? Hi, Rammer, Melody. Good to see you all. I'm hardly ever here, so I have to say hello to everybody, I guess.
Okay, perfect. All right. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. How many mods do I have in here? I think pretty much everybody's in here.
I do, Fighter. I just had to
Happy Sunday, Erica.
watch from the outside.
What are you doing? Hey, ex-convict, how are you? All right. Well, I'm gonna. Fallon, are you close to being ready or no?
Unfortunately, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, let me go through some stuff. I can't with these girls. Anyways, we're gonna get started tonight. We're gonna start off by talking about Gov because I think it's important that people get refreshed on what he did, what kind of person he is. Mods, I know I said it in the mod chat, but please don't block anybody unless you absolutely have to. Mute them for the live because I really want people to hear this. So, like I said, we're going to talk about Gov first and then we'll get into other things. And I really, really want everybody to listen to everything. Don't make judgment until you hear it all. because it's really kind of some shocking news.
Can I say one thing before you start, Checkmate?
Of course.
I just want to ask everybody to really, if you're going through the progression of how I think they're going to explain things, I don't, please, just if you are going to agree with stuff and hold that passion, make sure all the way through you hold that same passion, even if it doesn't matter who it is. So please just keep that in mind all the way through, like Checkmate just said.
Yeah, because we're absolutely not going to talk about anything that we can't prove. And unfortunately, we have everything we need to prove what we're going to say tonight. Um, we were a little shocked ourselves, so I get that it's going to be a lot at once, but it has to come out because don't call us liars. And why are you supporting Gov? Hey, Miss Bev. All right, Fallon.
Welcome in, you guys. Thank you for being here. If you're here tonight, it is because this community is important to you. If you are here tonight, it is because you at some point have worked your butt off. Tagging, making videos, messaging people, commenting, liking, and participating in lives that we hold to bring information to you. Once again, I want everybody to be reminded, if you are new to this side of TikTok, please sit back and take it all in. For those of you that this live is intended for, please know that we will never, ever do anything out of malicious intent or harm to something that we love to do. Because the reality of it is, we come here on our free time and we kick it with each other, enjoying helping people not give over their hard-earned money to beggars, scammers, and those exhibiting bad behavior that treat kindness as weakness. There's going to be a continuing theme throughout this conversation, and it is that the harm that's old, begging, scamming, bad behavior, but the disguise is new. We talk about the red flags. We talk about those things that you see that are over and over. It's bad behavior. It's money that should be going to a local community. The whites of the eyes that you see in your community every day, that's where your money should be going, should you be so inclined to give your money away, not to beggars, scammers, and those exhibiting bad behavior on this app, who are probably living better than you, than a domestic violence survivor, a little kid at school whose lunches are in deficit, to one of our warriors who fought for our country for us to be able to sit up here and have an opinion, who's eating out of a trash can tonight. But they're eating better than all of us. Some of the things you're going to hear tonight, I beg you guys to listen and look at the facts, because we're not ever going to tell you what to do, but this information that's going to be provided here tonight is important for you. And the information that's given to you is just that, a screenshot with the proof. It does not matter who the individual shows up to be, because you need to keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Just because you like this person does not mean that the facts that you're about to see here tonight mean anything different. I see you guys at the top of my screen dropping down with support. Thank you. Because I think you can hear how nervous I am. And I understand this. It's a lot of nervousness, a lot of being upset, but mostly it's being disappointed, because tonight you're going to hear from lots of people who are disappointed, and you're going to see why. There is no reason that anyone should ever support Guardians of Valor. Ever. After you've seen the lives that were done and the evidence that was provided that he impersonated several people, he had the intent to hurt and deceive good, kind-hearted people, people who had cancer in their real lives, people who are solid, good, kind-hearted people who would have given you every opportunity if you would have apologized, if you would have said, I'm sorry, and they would have welcomed you back in. But you kept doing it, Gov. You scammed money, pretended to be someone you're not. You pretended to be helpful and care about people. You pretended to offer a kidney to someone's child to make them trust you in the event to emotionally manipulate and bring them in just closer. Then you sent pictures off of the internet of somebody else's pain who had knee replacement surgery, which I have heard that's a horrible surgery. So you took somebody else's pain, you took a screenshot, you sent it to someone that you were trying to emotionally manipulate. We did a reverse image search, and there it was, some lady who just went through knee replacement surgery on Facebook. Not your knee, Gov.
I also want to reference, we're not going to put out any of these receipts tonight. If you do want to see them, they are on YouTube in a whole live we did on Gov. It's a 3-part series. It's on my YouTube. Birdie also has it on her YouTube with comments. If you want to go see it all, you are more than welcome to go look.
Guys, I want you, the ones on the panel, if you can just interrupt me, because I'm kind of lagging a little bit. I can hear a little bit of a lag, so just feel free to cut me off at any point, please.
You sound good on my end, Fallon.
Okay. Not only did Gov take in some people in messages that were going through their own horrific struggles with their health, that actually had cancer, which he said his wife died from breast cancer, which she is very much alive. They had just renewed their vows. We put up screenshots of that. The things he did were no regard for anything in this community. He masqueraded around here like he was the shit. He masqueraded around here like he was the end-all be-all and that he could really do something. He could really take awareness to its next level when there's people in this community who have been doing it for years, bringing out predators, bringing out scammers and beggars, bringing out bad behavior, documenting it, and bringing it to us so we could carry it on. Now, whether you like these people or not, they're putting in the work. And it's you guys that are the ones that are continuing to bring it out through the community. So whether you like each other or not, you guys are doing the same amount of work because you're busting your butts to do it on your free time after you put your kids down, after you clean up the table and the dishes, after you've busted your ass at work, while you're sitting at the infusion clinic, while you're waiting for your plane, while you're sitting in traffic in the backseat with your Uber. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're putting in the work. But then you have someone like Gov come in here and masquerade like he's a good dude all of a sudden, trying to take every bit of your hard work so he can get patted on the back. I was so disappointed because I actually thought this dude was doing it out of the kindness of his heart. I thought this guy was actually going to be able to move the needle forward for awareness and actually make a difference. Because remember, there's people around the community who've been doing it for years. And he came in, but all the while, and you'll see it on the YouTube, and you'll see it in the videos, he's been here among us for years. And he fooled the best of us. He hurt so many people. And that hurt is still haunting this community. And here's why. There are people in particular who are running around still supporting Guardians of Valor from the shadows, questioning the receipts that were put out as if they were non-existent. Putting that Gov Live together tore a lot of people up because some of us didn't want to believe it until you put the information right in front of us, and then it was like unfucking believable. And it had all the elements, all of it. Impersonation. I mean, it was something like out of a Lifetime movie, but you just can't make this shit up. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in his real life, that lawsuits, fraud. Then when he came and nestled into the awareness community for the people who are trying to stand on credibility and integrity, and came in and played in our faces. So no matter how good of a sleuth, real crime person you are, he played on every bit of that. Because you wanted to believe that this dude was truly a good guy. Now, there's a reason that when anybody that comes into this community that's really a good, solid person, they get side-eyed. Because of the shit that Gov did. There's going to be people who wonder, why are we even talking about Gov? Is this old? Is he still around? And he is very much still around. But as bad of a guy and as dangerous as Gov is, because remember, we told you in the very beginning, the very first live we talked about Gov, he doxed somebody. Then he was mad as hell at us. How dare you? You should have talked to me about it. But then how am I supposed to talk to you about it when you don't want to return DMs or you don't want to let me have a box? He wouldn't let Checkmate up. We only had questions because, again, we're not ever going to tell you guys what to think. We're just going to give you the information and we're going to make sure that you digest it and that we're here for anybody that it's unclear about. But he used his stature on this app of fooling so many good people that what I say should be good enough. The video that you see on Birdie's screen, that video is his voice saying, my word should be good enough. Your word is trash, Gov. But what's worse is you got called out, you got angry, and you did shit that you shouldn't have done. He doxed ladies' addresses, phone numbers, date of births on social media.
Many of them.
If he's willing to go that far, imagine what's running around for these people who truly trusted him. They had been terrified what he was going to do with their personal information because he had their personal cell phone. He had their addresses. He was saying that he was something he wasn't. He said he used to do things for, was it the FBI, the ammunition something? I don't remember. I should have looked back through those old messages. I did not. Because it makes me sick to think that I ever thought that this guy was a good guy and that he thought like-minded like me to care about people. And I know that there's many other people in this chat that felt the same way. We thought he was a safe place. Because after all, there's nobody that I could think of that I associate with that couldn't think that the people who went away that were warriors and fought for our country and saw combat, put their lives on the line, whether they stayed stateside or they went overseas, would put their lives on the line for me. And he was so hardcore about stolen valor. Don't tell somebody that you're a good person and you laid it all on the line when you didn't. Gov did just that. He lied in everybody's faces. And he played among us like he was one of us. Anything that you think you've heard about Gov, I want you to know that although this is high level and you're not getting the shock factor that we had in 2025 late year when we explained it the first time, that shock factor has kind of wore off for Gov. Not for the individual that is condoning and supporting and fighting to say that any receipts put out over here don't exist.
Once again, I want to let everybody know that is saying they didn't know this. There is a whole live we did on him. I think it was 3 to 4 hours long where we put out numerous receipts on him. It is on my YouTube. It's a 3-part series. Birdie also has it on her YouTube, and it's just a 1-part, correct, Birdie? But hers has comments. Mine is literally posted from TikTok. But it's there if you guys want to see it. Please watch it. He's not a good dude.
Not a good dude at all. But most importantly, he lied to all of you pretending to be a good dude. So the harm to deceive wasn't old because he did it. But the one that is currently here amongst us asking, where's the receipts? This platform, our platform, all of us never put out the receipts that Gov was a bad guy. Gov wasn't just a bad guy, y'all. He was dangerous. Death threats toward Amber, doxing people's addresses, date of births, threatening people in messages, and then just outright lying. So this new account that's making videos, comments were made asking, why don't you have that same energy towards the ones who didn't show any receipts on Gov? The only thing that we care about over here is protecting you guys. If I'm so protective of your time that I don't want you to message enablers that are continuing to enable scammers, beggars, and bad behavior because I want that 30 seconds to an hour to be solid and sent to somebody new, a new face, a new name that just strolled into the chat, not the same old people, not the Betmark Harrys, not Miss Italian, not Navy Life, not those people. I don't want your valuable time addressed with those people. So I put their names out. If he's so dangerous, I want everybody to know. I don't need an account coming in, hiding amongst us to trash our platform, the things that you guys do to make a difference in this community every day. Making it sound like we're just a bunch of idiots with a phone over here not knowing what we're talking about.
I mean, I know many of you have been in our lives, and there really hasn't been a live where we've actually highlighted somebody that we haven't shown receipts on. That's just what we do over here. That's how we like to do it. We will always show you proof every single time. And if we don't have it right at the moment of, and you ask for something, we will absolutely find it. We have always been like that. We will always be like that.
Because if you guys have a question and you guys didn't see it, and you ask us where to go find it, you might be a valuable resource to go tell somebody else. Oh yeah, I saw that. I know where that is. Because information is power. If we get this information and we just sit on it, we're no better. I want you guys to be protected. I want you guys, your time, your resources, everything that you do, I want protected. We work in the same mindset over here. We're all the same. Birdie is going to put up a screenshot of an account that is so dead set that Gov is a good guy, that he should be defended. All the lying about cancer, taking people's money, offering some child their kidney so they could save their child's life, pretending to be against stolen valor. This account here, Joker's Wild. Have you guys seen this account before? You should. It's been around. This is where I put the disclaimer in. Joker, if you want to come forward and take a box, I'm putting out this call to you currently now, because I'm going to continue to talk about it. We all are. And if you want to come in and have a conversation, I encourage you to do so.
But you have to take off your makeup and come on your main.
Facts. And if some of you don't know this account, I don't blame you. Because when I was looking through screenshots and I was going through old lives, it sounded familiar, but I couldn't place it because it's not around too often. So don't feel bad if you guys don't see it, recognize it, or think anything sus about it. Because this account decided to put this mask on and hunt us. Because that's what people do sometimes with masks, right? Some masks require it for the hunt, the camouflage. When you go to hunt for things, when you want to hide among people, you camouflage, right? Hunters go into the woods and they're dressed in camouflage to hunt their prey. The difference is Joker decided his camouflage was going to be trying to be a good person amongst all of you. And cosplay being a good guy among all of you, but you guys are the ones doing all the work. I need you guys to hear me if you don't hear anything else tonight. The pit in my stomach did not change when I found out who this account belonged to. Because I was mad as hell. I'm mad as hell now. And it should bother you, but it should not change how you feel about the acts of defending somebody like Gov and talking out both sides of their mouth and coming at awareness creators who are busting their ass to bring the proof and truth to everybody else and attacking it because they're a coward. Keep the same energy, please. When you talk about how we tell people the facts and we put the information out, I need you guys to know that when we reveal who this is in just a moment, I need you to take it in. Jody, it's not Gov. It is somebody who thinks that Gov is a stand-up guy and thinks that Gov should still be among us and that Gov needs to be defended and that the person that Gov is needs to be attacking us because we bring out the truth. Remember a couple of other nights I told you guys that people are mad at us because we bring out the truth, but we're just the messenger. We didn't create the receipts. We didn't create this event. We didn't create the circumstances in which all of this is coming out. They did. When you talk about bullying and harassment and cosplaying as a good person, some of us are asking us, well, how did they cosplay to be a good person? Not only are they attacking this community as where's the receipts on Gov, they went into a chat and they left questions of, well, what about this? Why are you not focusing on this person? Why aren't you focusing on that person? That is called Darvo. That is the highest level of deflection. Because you can't be looking at me, what I did wrong. Look at this person. Look at that person. Don't look at me. But just because somebody is loud and always around and always in a box and always saying, I can do it, I can fix it, I can do that, but never putting up any type of receipts of their own, never putting up the work for themselves. But then when they go into a live and they make fun of someone's looks for something they can't control, you mean to tell me that the people you come across on the street who don't have a finger or don't have an arm, they chose to be born with that? They chose to have some type of disability where they don't walk straight or their back is curved or they have a droopy eye. When you make comments in a live and you say, as Joker, which eye should I be looking at?
And everyone, please read the comment and see exactly where it came from.
It's really not that easy to see, so if you could screenshot it, blow it up maybe.
Yes, screenshot it and blow it up. The comment says, which eye should I be looking at? Because this person has one eye is not stronger than the other. How is that right? How is that, does that make any scammer, beggar, or bad behavior any less or any more? Does it matter what you look like to be a beggar, scammer, or bad behavior? Because if that's the case, all these women who are running around here falling over Jeff Gainey because they think he's so cute, does it matter what he looks like? No. Because the ugliness is the inside when they treat kindness as weakness. Joker. It says, just curious, which eye should I be looking at? Joker put a screenshot in the comments when Amber said, fuck Jordan. Because Jordan is saying the same thing. Oh,
Fallon.
Yes.
Does Sparkles want to come up and say something? She's gone because you guys pick and choose who you want to call out. Was she speaking about you guys?
Well, I don't think so. Hold on.
Random Jennifer just replied to her. Yeah, if you really think that you can leave, you don't need to announce it. I'm sorry, Fallon.
Oh, no worries. I'm glad you stopped me. I don't think she meant that. I've seen her in the community. I don't think she's an issue. If so, please let me know.
That's what I really thought. I thought she was fine, but you guys can go back in the chat and see. I just wanted to catch that.
Yes, I'm glad you did.
I mean, is she still in here? I don't know. Oh, she's arguing with somebody. Yeah, we're not going to do arguing in the chat. We'll mute. We're not going to be derailed tonight. I'm sorry.
I hope I misunderstood her. That's all I'm saying. So,
Fallon, go to IG real quick, please.
Oh, okay.
Birdie, go ahead and put up that screenshot because I can reference that myself.
yeah, if it was another topic, I apologize, chat. Maybe she was speaking about somebody else.
Is she still here or is it muted?
I didn't mute anything. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I actually made a video, calling out Joker's Wild for his behavior in that chat, telling people that we did not show any receipts on Gov. To me, you saying that is you saying, kind of supporting him, right? Why would you say something like that when there was a whole live with, I mean, we went through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of screenshots. We spent weeks on that live. We put out so much information. It's really a lot. So I did tag Joker in that video that I made, calling them out for the first time. And then Joker changed their name immediately after I tagged them.
And checkmate, wasn't that the live that was on my platform?
Yes.
Yes, you guys put out an insane amount of receipts on that.
So here's the comment that was made in the both accounts.
If you want to screenshot it, please do, so you can blow it up and you can see it better. The Joker's Wild account changed its name after the first video. And here's the screenshot to show you Joker's Wild changed their name to Just Nobody. And you got to stay with this because it's a paper trail. And if there's anybody out there in the event that the call out from Sparkles was, I'm out of here, you guys pick and choose who you want to call out. I don't want anybody feeling that way in the event that that's what it was taken. But I want you guys to protect yourselves, because if anybody has seen this account around, here's what's going on with it. It's not a picking and a choosing.
Well, unfortunately, Joker was tagged on that video, in the video, on the actual screenshot that I made the video from. I tagged that account. I went back the next day. I don't even know if it was the next day, maybe later that evening, and clicked on the that I tagged, and I've seen this account come up. So I went back and I looked at all the comments again, and yes, they changed their name. So why would you change your name? What are you worried about? And like I said, y'all are going to have to stay with us because it's going to be a lot.
Keep in mind that I explained to you guys, when people are hunting, they use camouflage. You go into your elements and you blend in. Anybody that is sitting out there with your arms crossed and like, what do these girls got to say now? Hear me. You don't have to like any of us. You don't have to like anything that we say or do. But the thing is that we're not ever going to do it or say it without a receipt and back it up and stand on business. So once you find out who this account is and you guys refuse to believe what your own eyes just told you, I want that to resonate with you. So you're going to put yourself and your friends in some type of danger or delusion just based off of who the information came from. If that's the case, you might need to sit back and think about why you do this. Why are you in this community trying to help people not get taken advantage of, not have them send their money to people who are struggling with addiction, who could get too much off the street or something bad, and their life is valuable? Because at some point, their life is going to be important enough that they can have a testimony for somebody else who's struggling with that same vice. So once you find out who this account is and you still want to hate us, fine. But the fact of the matter is, the information doesn't change. Only the names have. The evidence remains.
Yeah, I mean, hate us or love us, we're only putting out the facts, and this is the facts.
And this isn't fun. This is not fun at all. I can tell you that since we were digging through screenshots and trying to piece all of this together, it was not fun. I don't like it, because the thing about it is I was the very last one to get on board with the fact that I cannot believe that this person doesn't give a damn about every bit of work that you guys are doing. Because make no mistake, you guys are the ones who make this community. It's your likes, your videos, your reposts, your comments, everything that you guys do, your streaming, all of it. It's you, not them. It's not us either. Because unfortunately, I just think that you guys are so important to all of us that I just don't really give a damn what people think about me. You can hate me all you want. Just leave the people alone who are putting in the work.
Alan,
Yes.
take a breath really quick. Riding for Gov is bad enough as it is. I'm not even doing awareness currently, and I'm here to support you guys because I believe what I see with my eyes. I know what is fact and what is true. But what is more troubling to me is that I watched this person attack you guys and your credibility when your live is sitting on Birdie's YouTube, Checkmate's YouTube. And if people don't do YouTube, it's on I opened it up on my platform. All my videos were hidden. I put all 3 hours of it up. I don't have comments there. But that person was there. To attack your credibility is what actually kind of infuriates me the most. And that's what I want people to remember also.
See, for me, that's the crazy part, right? Attacking our credibility. Why? I I think that's my biggest question is why? Why would you want to do that when you know that we're over here trying to do what's right? We're over here trying to put out information for people so they know what's going on, so they don't get scammed, so they can pass the information on to other people when they're messaging, the new people that come into these scammers or beggars chats to tell them, they're a scammer, they're a beggar, they did this, they did that. So why do you want to come over here and attack us?
The only thing I can surmise is that so many people dislike us because we have tried to protect people from dangerous people before. And like so many others who have brought out unpopular opinions on somebody that they liked and worshiped. But it's never been about clout. It's never been about clicks. It's never been about anything other than please protect yourself because you guys are important to all of us. I've told you guys before that no matter who it is, who has the right information, I'm going to send these people over to. Go see this account. Go see that account. I don't care if I don't like them because the fact of the matter remains they've got the facts and the receipts and you can't refute that. Fuck what I think, if I like them or not. So once or twice he's been called out. Joker, just nobody's been called out, said they were going to do better, but the fact of the matter still remains he didn't change. They just learned to hide. Because that's exactly what I want you guys to remember among everything else. Joker's wild, just nobody. Because you didn't have the spine to say it on your main, you went and you hid, camouflaged among us. And unless Adam or Checkmate wants to speak, it's time to get down to this. Just know that because I was the one of the last that I continued to think that you would change and that you would do right by the words that you used, you have disappointed me beyond anything I could ever imagine. And I feel sorry for anybody in this chat that once this video is played, I'm so sorry.
I just want to let everybody know that this is going to send a huge shockwave through this community. But remember, we're only putting the information out. We're not the ones hiding behind fake accounts. Go ahead, Birdie. If y'all could tap the screen, that would be really, really great. Y'all are going to be shocked. Some of you are going to be really pissed off. Some of you are even going to hate us. And that's okay. But you're going to remain respectful in this chat or you're going to get blocked.
What she's clicking on is a name of an old video of mine of a person who said death to all beggars, because we don't do that. You see her click on the name and it goes directly to Joker's Wild. Anybody can go to this video right now. I can pin it after the live and you can go to it and you can click on it for yourself and you can see the name and it will take you to Nobody, which is the name change from Joker's Wild to this one. One more time, Birdie. And take your time, Birdie. Just play it one more time. Is there anybody that doesn't see her clicking on the name in that video and it taking to the Joker's Wild account?
I know everybody's shocked right now. And I get it. I'm telling you, when we figured it out, we was absolutely fucking floored.
There's no way that anybody can say that we pick and we choose who we call out, because this one here, everybody loved, including me. At some point, they came across them and gave them a chance. Now, not everybody loved this person because, once again, everybody has their own feelings about people. So there's just some people you meet you just don't jive with. I'm just not going to kick it with them. I just have nothing for that person. And you can't explain it. But then there's some of us, like those in the chat, like me, who was like, oh man, he's doing the right things for the right reasons. No. What you did was almost as bad as Gov, because you pretended to be one of us.
Unfortunately, you guys, that's not all the proof we have. We will never just show one thing. We have several screenshots that we're going to go through and prove exactly who Joker's Wild is, other than this video. And, I just want to say I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart, y'all. I mean, when we clicked that, we never thought it would be that.
I am so disappointed in the fact that if there's anybody out there who's watching this on Checkmate's YouTube when this is loaded and you're watching it later and you would think that we would do anything against the awareness community, you're wrong. But what would you do? Ask yourself, what would you do if you were sitting on this information and you had all of these people who are busting their ass every day, putting in the work?
He wants a box. It's your live.
Who?
All4one.
Oh, of course. Yeah, come on up.
Hello.
Hello, Jeff.
So I'm going to stand here. You decide what you want. And I'll come clean. Yes, Joker's Wild was me. Okay. But for the reason that and look, we want transparency in the community, correct? Am I wrong?
Very much correct.
Okay. The reason, and let me make this really strictly clear. I do not support Gov. Never have and never will. And I'll stand 10 toes deep on that. But to the fact of I've seen a lot of things in awareness come out. Things that I've seen been said and targeted. And specifically from that page Casting Shade, I've seen videos that I would consider borderline harassing and bullying themselves. I don't agree with a lot of things. And I don't support Gov. But what I do ask is everybody be transparent with everything. Am I wrong in saying that?
Keep going. We're
Answer.
listening.
I'm just asking a question. Am I right? We all want transparency, correct?
I mean, you're kind of not really the one to speak on that right now with transparency, since you had a whole different account doing
The
all this shit
reason
you
I
did.
had that account was because if I went in on a main account to ask those questions, everybody would be throwing themselves at me.
Why?
Because why is All4one sitting there asking questions about Gov? Why is All4one sitting there feeling that I don't support Gov and what his actions did? It
Right, but
made
you're
me
an
sick to
awareness
my
creator.
stomach.
You're an awareness creator. We would expect you to ask questions.
Yeah, but when questions are asked, I mean, just like tonight, I went into Casting Shade's account and there was a video that was posted on there that had personal information that was never to be brought out on this platform. I asked a question and made a statement, and that question and statement was deleted. Why? We want full transparency, and then yet Casting Shade flips back over and says, oh, they were filtered. There was nothing harmful in that comment.
Are they
Jeff,
awareness?
respectfully, that has nothing to do with this.
And I'm not saying that it did, but it makes me question the capabilities of why comments are being filtered,
Was
why
that
comments
today?
are being deleted.
Was that today, Jeff, or another
Yes,
day?
sir, it was.
Okay, but the Joker's Wild account was going on well before that.
Well before that.
Well, and the reason that being is because, look, and I'll be honest with you all, I went back through those 3 lives. I saw screenshots. I saw pictures. But nothing really, I mean, there was even a live held where there was an individual in a box and people were asking for him to turn his camera on and he refused to.
Jeff,
Yeah,
you were in the live. You were in the live we did on Gov.
I know, and I saw that live, but I would have booted his ass out of the box if he didn't turn his camera on. That's just me.
But you can't do that to people. It's not your right to do that, just like we
No,
can't.
but the host could have done it.
No, she can't.
Why can't
I mean,
she kick
she
somebody
can
out of the box?
She can boot them out, but what point is that? The app is built for people if they don't want to show who they are.
Right. Look, all I'm stating is to the fact that there's questions that I would have asked. Now, here's another good example.
So why didn't you ask those questions? Why are you deflecting?
I'm not deflecting.
You are deflecting.
How am I deflecting?
You're bringing up stuff that Casting Shade did. What does that have to do with this?
I'm not bringing up about Casting Shade. I brought up about the live about Gov.
But you attacked
That's all
their
I'm bringing up.
credibility on showing this. You could have just went to them and asked them that.
Yeah, I mean, if you had questions, why did you ask him then?
I didn't think to ask those questions at that time.
So you thought to do it on an account to make us look bad and try to what, ruin our
I didn't
credibility?
make anybody look bad.
You
I just said,
absolutely did.
how did
Why
I
are
make you
you
look
doing
bad by
this?
asking questions? Checkmate.
You said they didn't provide a single bit of evidence, and you were kind of slamming them
Well,
in the comments.
there was individuals that were in your live as well asking the same questions about receipts.
That was about the PI. That was a different live than even the
Right.
Gov
That's
thing.
the one I'm talking about, though, Tired.
That wasn't the Gov live.
Well, that's the one everybody wanted that PI to turn around and put his camera on because they were under the assumption that it was Gov.
But that's not what you said in the comment. You said receipts weren't shown. You didn't say anything
But
about
that's what
cameras.
I insinuated to that comment. That's the thing. That's the live that I was insinuating on.
Can I just ask a question?
Of course.
All for one.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
I have respected you through my entire time. Mike, you know that you are highly respected. You know that people follow your lead. You know that when you say something, people believe it, right? So if you had serious questions about anything that anybody's done, why did you feel like, with your stature within the community, that you had to hide behind another account to address anything?
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
a person like me at that time, I was scared. I'm not going to lie.
Scared of what?
Oh, hell no. You've been up in my box several times. Are you kidding me right now?
But scared of
Look, you
what?
want honesty. I'm giving you honesty.
But scared of what? You can say scared, but scared of
Scared
what?
of asking the wrong question, making the wrong statement, wondering what result would come out of it, what end game it would be.
But where do you find yourself now, though? Like
Do I find myself guilty? Yes. Do I feel that people are going to look at me in a different way? Yeah.
So
Do I feel what I did was wrong? Yeah, I do. I do.
So you didn't think long term about
No.
what could come of this. You just went forward. And now there are people who have hung on your every word that is now going to wonder, well, if I say something, is he going to make another account and question what I do? Like, have you made an account and gone around and disparaged me? Now, I don't care if you did or you didn't, but that's going to linger in everybody's mind now.
Well, have I made any additional accounts? I made one additional troll account to watch Jeff Gainey. That was it. Because making new accounts is a pain in the ass. I'm just being honest.
Jeff,
I
how
just I
come?
don't understand the logic. I don't. And maybe I need more time.
Here's my thing. The reason I went into Casting Shades accounts to ask those questions and make those statements is because at that time, I didn't see any receipts. I didn't know Birdie had them on her page or on her YouTube. I'm just being honest.
Did you think Casting Shade was them and that's why you did it?
No.
But what did you think Casting Shade was going to be able to tell about receipts that didn't come from her?
Well, my thing about it is that fact that Casting Shade is picky choosy who she puts videos out. Now, I don't agree with the body shaming. I don't agree with the photos at all. But to the fact that they're picking and choosing who they do their videos on makes me question a lot.
But don't we pick and choose which scammers we cover? Like, there are hundreds of scammers.
Right.
I don't pick them all to
Right.
do because it's too much of a focus. And to say that they haven't covered somebody up until now doesn't mean that they never would.
Right.
Like, I feel like you leaped too fast, or you've had this feeling for a long time and then you jumped at it.
A long feeling for what?
It seems like you've had these questions
I
for a while.
honestly,
You
they
took the
played in the
opportunity.
back of my head. They did.
Come on,
No,
Jeff.
what's crazy to me is that you and Fallon have a very open communication. Why didn't you ask her? You just recently DM'd me screenshots of a beggar's chat. Why didn't you ask me?
Why didn't anybody come to me?
Fucking
It's a
hell,
two.
Jeff.
It's a two-way
Fucking hell,
street.
Jeff.
Are
I
you
fucking
kidding me
message
right
you
now?
all the
We're not
time.
attacking your credibility.
But now you're attacking me.
How was somebody supposed to
Wow.
come to
Oh my
you when they didn't
God.
know there was a problem?
Can I
Jeff, you were the
interrupt?
one on a burner attacking their credibility. What do
I
you
didn't
mean?
attack
How,
anybody's credibility.
Hold on,
I
Jeff.
asked
But
questions.
who would
on a
you
burner?
if
Jeff.
you went
Jeff.
in on a burner? How was anybody supposed to know that it was to come to you to answer the question?
So,
Well,
Jeff, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but I need to point out something because you did just say that you don't agree with body shaming, but I need you to understand you took a screenshot of your own comment about that lady's eyes, and I'm going to prove it. But I need you guys to stay with me for a minute, okay? You put the screenshot up, Jeff. You were live. You put this screenshot up. So I need you to look here. This is from your live. You took a screenshot of that Joker's wild comment. You took that screenshot, okay? And you put it up during your live. You did that. So, and hold on, stay with me, okay? Because I'm going to get a little bit deeper in this. I want you to look right here. Right there's your 272 in the chat, but right there's you on that Joker's Wild account where you took that screenshot of that comment. So do you agree with body shaming or do you not?
no, I
Because
don't.
unfortunately, I feel like that
But
with this,
but here's the question to that. Is that really body shaming? I mean, I guess it is, right? So then if that's body shaming, let's look at everybody's accounts.
Go ahead.
Not you, Dee Dee, but let's go back and look at everybody's accounts. Don't just hold one person in awareness accountable and sit here in a live and do that.
Who?
Everybody's.
Everybody's.
Well, when have you
Gee, there's
done
nothing on my
that?
account like that, or there wasn't before.
I'm not saying that you did, Adam.
When
I know,
have
but
you
I'm just
done
saying,
live
like,
and
we
hold
can't see everybody.
anybody accountable? When have you done a live to hold anybody accountable for body shaming?
You know why a lot of people don't hold lives like that? For the simple fact that they're going to turn around and get attacked.
But
do you think that we're not going to get attacked for this, Jeff? Do you not think that there
No,
are people out there that are going to ride for you, as delusional
no.
as that is, because you are deflecting the epicenter? You are sitting at the top of the table and you are acting like
I'm not
you are the.
deflecting, Fallon.
You are, Jeff. You are
I
acting
just
among
openly
us.
admitted to everything and I apologize for it.
You are
So,
sitting
You're
here
saying.
but
saying,
yet you're sitting here berating me
I'm not
for that.
creating. I'm not. I am trying to get you to listen to me, and I'm amped up because I was writing for you like these people in the chat, Jeff. We loved you, and you disappointed us. You sat here like you were going to be a leader, and you're nothing more than a follower, and you were leading us down to hell.
How am I leading you down to hell?
Because you acted like you were the better person and that you were going to lead us into something great, and you led us down a path because you were hiding in the shadows and you were sniping us at the knees every chance you got.
I don't think it was every chance I got.
Do you even
But okay.
remember? Jeff, I've even respected you and messaged you before, and I've never shared your DMs ever. But you know, there was even a time, even a while back, and you had apologized for that too. That there was a body shaming thing. And I even contacted you. I didn't take it live or anything like that.
No, you and I had a good discussion about it.
I didn't take it live. I came to you. You took something down, said, "Oh, I kind of lost my way." Blah blah blah. I found.
Right.
I mean, there's been a few times. This isn't like a one timer. So
right.
I mean,
but
we got to be honest about that.
Right. And the thing is that the fact of the matter is that a lot of I've seen a lot of individuals do the same thing, just in a different manner, I guess you could say.
There's a lot of people out there that do body shaming, do AI pictures of horrible things about people. And you know what? I don't associate with none of those accounts. I don't get in their boxes. I'm not friends with them. I could give two shits less if they like me or not. I am not going to ride for them. I'm not going to even associate with them. It's disgusting.
But I've called it out on my page. I've gone in those boxes and said, "Hey, why don't we do this?" And they, excuse me, they agreed to stop. And then when they decided they didn't like me anymore, they went right back to do it.
You say it hasn't been addressed on live. She's had multiple segments on the subject.
About what? The body shaming.
I talked about it with Tim and Angela. I posted the picture and said, "This isn't right. This isn't us."
Right. And I've also turned around and put out in my lives where I don't agree with body shaming. Now, to the fact that comment was made, that was inappropriate. And, there's nothing that I can say that's going to make anybody feel that it's a genuine apology.
But I didn't even actually know that was. I didn't even know that was your own live. Why did you put that in your own live with a different account?
I don't even remember that occurring. That was a while ago.
Were you trying to say like body shaming wasn't good and calling it out, but you really did it? Was that the context behind it?
No.
I'm just curious because I wasn't there. I'm not accusing of that, but it's just very strange.
Exposing fraudsters, I agree with you. We called them out for what they do bad. But
see, the other aspect of it is too, we got to look at it this factor too. And I definitely need some time off of this app. The buildup of frustration, the fact that you see other beggars do it, I guess it led me to the frustration of where I'm at now. And as far as that account goes, it's been deleted. It's no longer existent. To the fact that I asked and made those statements under that account was genuinely wrong.
But Jeff, you don't sound like you feel like it's.
I do. You know why? You know why I feel like that?
Why?
Because I feel half my heart missing.
So you're so mad at scammers that you're coming after other people that are doing awareness?
It's not that I'm coming after anybody. I'm not targeting anybody. I was simply asking those questions because I wanted to see what direction this Casting Shade account is going to take.
So you went to Casting Shade to ask questions that she or he or whoever's behind that page may not have the answers to. I don't even know if that person was around for that. And
well, my question is that if Casting Shade's putting out these videos, why doesn't Casting Shade get into a box?
Agree.
Go have a conversation with them.
That's great, but this isn't about Casting Shade.
Well, it does because it has to do with the comments in Casting Shade's live.
Lavender Haze, of course people are allowed to ask questions of awareness. That is absolutely okay. But there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it.
I sure don't ask anybody a question.
Here's another thing too I wanted to make mention. What happened in my personal life, Mimi, 0261, my wife didn't leave me. Okay?
That's nobody's business.
Well, obviously people want to make it their business. Right. And that is a problem for me.
Okay, well, we're not addressing that. We're not even talking about that.
But that has to do with the Casting Shade account. So it was a comment in your live.
That has nothing to do
with what you were trying to do. But it was a comment in your live, checkmate.
to our credibility, Jeff. Seriously, come on. Stop deflecting.
I'm not deflecting, but I'm certainly going to address somebody that asked a question in reference to my wife.
So I wouldn't even give them that attention, Jeff, because
it's
that's not their
nobody's
business.
business in your personal life, Jeff. None of it.
Right.
None of it.
It's nobody's
Look,
business.
I fucked up. Okay? Is that what you want me to say? Checkmate. I fucked up.
Accountability comes before you're caught. Once you're caught, it no longer becomes accountability. It's saying sorry because you got caught. That's not what accountability is. You attacked our credibility, our integrity, Jeff. No matter how you try to spin it, that's exactly what you were doing.
But
I
the
don't
thing
care.
is,
I do know. No,
the
sir.
thing is that the reason I asked those questions is exactly what Adam had stated in reference to the live with that PI. That was the reason why I asked. It
But you
wasn't
didn't
about
put that in
Gov.
the comments.
Well, because I didn't know what live it was. Because
my
I didn't know
God.
Birdie had that videos on her page.
Jeff, you were in all of the lives. What do you mean you
I
don't
wasn't
know?
in the live when people were literally asking him to turn around and turn his camera on.
But why is that a requirement?
I
Oh,
don't
because
know.
we thought he was Gov. I do remember there was a part where people thought he might have been Gov, and
Right.
people were asking him to turn on his camera.
Right.
But
That was it.
I
Approved in
remember
that
that
live.
clearly because I was there. But for me, it is not about you asking the question. And I think people in the chat, for me anyway, people in the chat are getting it confused. Asking the question is never the problem because then you can get clarity. It is the way you went about it. In my opinion,
And that is
makes
correct.
it so bad.
That is correct. It was the inappropriate way of handling the questions that needed to be asked.
And then you want people to trust you after that.
Well, after this, I don't expect anybody to trust me anymore. And that's fine.
That's just it, though, Jeff. I trusted you. I was on the phone with you while I was in the hospital bed, sending you screenshots that you never bothered to respond to. I was sending you information. I was asking you questions. I was giving you information about Jason and all these people who enable her, who are trying to say bad things about you. I was doing that. I was an open channel to you, and you treat me, and if you're treating me that way, I know you're doing it to other people, and it's not fair. People would have rode for you. All you had to do was be truthful, and your actions should have spoke louder than anything else. But you're loud, and you're going around to boxes, and you're acting like something.
If you're not going to turn your chat off because people are not being respectful, I'll just drop. I'll just delete my accounts. I'm done.
I'm not going to turn the chat off because people
But then
have
that
a right
shows
to
your
speak.
level of respect to me then. Because I'm watching the chat, I'm watching what other people are saying.
Say that to me.
They're upset, Jeff. Don't you understand that?
Okay, I get that they're upset and they're pissed off at me, and they have every right to be pissed off at me. But at the same time, do you think that I would sit here and turn around and keep letting people bash me?
They're asking questions.
No, they're not asking questions. They're making statements.
Can they get in the box and ask questions, Jeff? Because I think
don't have a problem with that.
Okay, guys, Savior, come. Well, he'll be here for the box. But
I'm not sitting there bashing everybody in the chat. So then why are they doing that to me?
Because Jeff, I think
you expect them to react to what they just found out.
Right.
Okay, so they found out. That's fine. But don't sit there and bash somebody for it. Oh, look, not easily broken's in here.
So where do we go from here, Jeff? I mean,
I don't want you to close your accounts. That is avoiding what's necessary. That's the easy way out, Jeff. I do think you need a break. All of us need a break. This stuff literally ruins our insides. That is absolutely fair and okay. But you not acknowledging what that did to these ladies is also suspect, because saying you're sorry but not because your intent has nothing to do with the result. You may not have intended when you wrote it, but if the result was that they looked sketchy, then that's their reality. That's what people thought about them. So you can't say sorry about
What would
one
you
thing.
consider the result for me?
You did it. What do you mean?
I know, and I openly admitted it.
Right?
So then what's the next step?
I think, oh,
Well,
you
you
know
need to
that.
acknowledge what you did.
I did acknowledge.
No, you said
But
I apologize for
what
what
I
I
don't
said.
agree with is the supporting of Gov. I am
Okay.
100% on that bench with them because
No,
I
you're
saw some of the
either side
disgusting
of
shit
the
that
bench.
guy did.
You're supposed to be on either side of the bench, not on the bench.
Well, I'm not on the end because I don't want to fall off.
Okay.
What do you want going forward out of this? I mean,
Me personally, 100% transparency on all awareness, including all pages that are created to go after awareness.
you know, a lot of people in the chat was asking, you know, he's got a lot of people's personal information. You know, I think you're a stand-up guy, or you know, I thought you was. I'm gonna leave it at that, Jeff. But I think you're a good enough person that hopefully that information would never get out, and people can trust you with that.
No, that's one thing that I will stand 10 toes down on. I will never share anybody's personal
And I can
information.
get it where
I
people
don't
would be
think you would
worried now,
either.
you
Okay,
know,
well,
and
I
it's,
don't think that's really a thing of question. I mean, I've never seen that kind of behavior from him, ever.
You never
Right.
will.
No.
Right.
I don't think so either.
I don't think that's the issue. And he has done a lot of good. But why? Okay, if you have saved everybody, but you unalived 10, do they care about the people that you saved? No.
No.
And so until there's accountability for what was done, no one is saying that he's always been horrible and he's never done any good. Y'all take it too far all the time. Stay focused. This is about one thing and one thing only.
Well,
Y'all all
listen,
jump
what I am
over
going to
the
say is that I'm truly sorry for putting your platform, Checkmate, in that perspective. That was not conducive and professional for what I did.
And I'm
And
sorry to tell
I'm
you
sorry that I hurt you.
that I absolutely lost every bit of respect I've ever had for you.
Well, and I'm sorry for that. And Fallon, I know this can never make up for it, but I truly apologize as well. Adam, look,
You don't owe me an apology at all. I'm a little
well,
disappointed.
I feel
I mean,
that I owe every single person on this panel and in the chat an apology. I truly do. And I'm sorry that I handled it the incorrect way. I know that there's no going back on it. I know I've lost a lot of trust in a lot of individuals in holding myself to a higher standard, but that's the hardest thing that I learned. The worst thing of it all, and I found out, is trying to hold yourself to a higher standard. It's hard. It truly is.
agree.
And the thing
Jeff,
is that it takes a lot.
hey Jeff, this might actually help you going forward, and it's not to bash or anything, but I stepped away. Obviously, you can see I'm not doing videos now. I was probably one of the first dozen people ever doing awareness, and I'm not doing it anymore. I don't have the passion for it just because of everything that's going on in the community. Kind of exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
And it's very disappointing because I've messaged you multiple times before, and it's very disappointing to see somebody that I know did at one time do very good stuff. And now I see a lot of these new accounts, which I don't know them. I'm not friends with them. I don't want to be. But they're doing these AI disgusting pictures and videos and making fun of people. And I see you in their boxes being happy and chumming it up with them. If you were over there, like Dee Dee said, like calling them out for it, I get it. But
I have
that's
Adam, I have stated in some of the lives that I've gone into that I don't agree with it, and I have left.
And maybe I haven't seen that, and I'm not saying you didn't do it, but I'm just saying I've seen a lot where it's a lot of friendship and talking going on, and it continues, and
Right.
it's just disheartening to see that, because that's what's broken about the whole community.
I agree. I agree 100%. And the thing is that, these other platforms that elevate to try to state that they're not awareness, that they're just watchers and so forth, where do you differentiate that? What are you, awareness, or are you a T page, or are you involved in a lot?
Well, to me, it sounds like a lot of the people that are in awareness, once they want to get into doing the bad stuff, then all of a sudden it sounds like they're not awareness.
But
I'm not awareness,
right, right. And I want to get back on track with this, to the fact that I'm truly sorry, Checkmate, for what I did. I wasn't trying to attack integrity, if that's what you feel that it was. I did it the wrong way. And I apologize truly for that.
And bear in mind, how many times have we watched someone come in gun ho? I can't tell you how many of them are like, All4one is the person that I'm going to get my guidance from. Okay, cool, boo. And then how long, not long, guess what? They're no longer doing awareness. They got the number of followers they wanted and they're out. And I've said on my live that I have to stop jumping in everybody's box, because everybody's doing it for the right reasons. People don't see me everywhere anymore.
Right.
For that reason.
And that was where I was headed to, like you, and I need to reel myself back in from that.
It's unfortunate, because you want to help people do it the right way, see it the right way. But I have noticed now that people jumping in could literally care less. They don't care about the people that are getting scammed. They don't care about the person that's doing the scamming. It is just about being seen as the person to go and watch. That's it.
And that's the other thing too, with the live streaming aspect of it all, is I've seen where you're coming from on that aspect, but a lot of individuals don't point out the enablers, the supporters. And that, to me,
I said, because they're not there for that.
Right.
We started because so many people were getting blocked that you couldn't watch otherwise, which was a valiant effort. It also meant that the 300 of us that want to watch somebody don't have to give them the numbers.
Right.
That was the whole point of it. But it wasn't supposed to be about elevating the streamer.
Right.
And now they're battling each other, fighting with each other about who gets to stream who.
Agreed. When there's hundreds of different scammers and beggars on here that could be streamed themselves.
Correct.
Right.
But see, Jeff, at our big age, we have to recognize that when something isn't right, like, how would you advise somebody coming up in the community if they had a problem with what anybody has done? Would you say, oh, go make a burner, go to a random account that's asking questions, and then lay your questions there and see what happens?
Right.
Would that ever be your advice? No. And how would you feel if I went somewhere and started questioning what you do and don't do? Well, why doesn't he do this anymore? Well, why does he do that? You would come to me and say, why are you bashing me in the community? And we all know everybody's watching the Casting Shade account to see what's coming next. So you knew people would see it there.
Right.
So of course they're hurt. And of course the community is surprised. We're not saying you haven't done good. Like I said when I started, you were at the pinnacle. You were what everybody wanted to be. You were actually affecting change. If you end your accounts your link tree goes away. That's how most of us start with a scammer. Do you know All4one? Have you used his link tree? So why would you go away?
And why would you put the credibility and the integrity of other awareness creators on the line that send people to your page? That, sir, is diabolical.
I would say out of frustration would I don't know. I'm at a loss of words of how I handled myself. I don't know what else to say. Thoroughly, it was wrong. So
Wait, you
I got a
okay?
lot of thinking to do.
So what you want him to do? Amuse me, yo. This didn't happen to you, right? Your credibility wasn't questioned. So it's up to them how they feel about it. I'm only offering my 2 cents, and I'm about to jump down now because I feel like if other people want to come up and have their 2 cents, they should. But if it didn't happen to you, don't sit up there and be like, well, what are you going to do now? Like, come on. Is that how you act when people treat you in a way that you didn't expect? If you feel like you've been deceived and lied to and disrespected?
I think the best direction that I need to go into is definitely take some long-term time off of this app. That's a guaranteed. I won't be posting anything for a while. I think I need to take time for myself and re-examine who I am.
Well, thank you for letting me come up. All4one, thank you for answering my questions. And I'm
Thank you,
going to
dear.
drop down.
Thank you, Dee Dee.
I think
You
the
just say
page
one
was
thing and I'll drop. Man, I've appreciated you for a long time. I hope you get yourself right and figure it out. You got a lot of people that's looked up to you. I was one of them, man. You know, the way you did things and handled things.
well.
I
This
hope you
was
can get
handled
back to that part of your life,
unprofessionally.
man.
That's for
But
sure.
I'm glad you're up here owning it, and this wasn't easy for these ladies.
No,
They're good
and I
people.
should actually be sitting here I appreciate them more because of what they did. To be honest with you, because it made me realize what I did was wrong. So I'm owning
Good. You
up to
figure
it.
it out. And thanks for having me up. I'll drop in case somebody else wants to come up.
So I'm going to drop as well, but I want to let everyone know that the page will still be open. If you need the resources, go for the resources. If not, I understand. You all have a good night. Stay safe.
So, for everybody in the comments that's saying, it's just this, it's just that. See, here's the thing on this app, all you really have is your integrity and your credibility. Once you lose that, you've lost it all, right? You don't really have anything to stand on anymore. So, when I feel I'm being personally attacked for my credibility and my integrity, I take that very personal. So,
Dalton, that has nothing to do with this.
I'm sorry?
I told Dalton that whatever happens in Jeff's personal life before has nothing to do with this.
Who's saying something about his personal life? This has nothing to do with anybody's personal lives. Jeff's personal life is his business. It doesn't need to be here. He was behind the Joker account.
And I feel I'm back in Miami. Who's playing the music?
My neighbors are having a dang party again.
Okay. All right. Well, I agree with Jeff on one thing, Checkmate. I really respect you guys for doing this, and I know you guys probably would have went to him, but there was no way you could the way it was done behind the scenes and towards you guys. So
Well, here's the thing. Once you attack our credibility and our, integrity, you've lost all respect for me to come to you personally.
yeah, there's no way you could have in that manner, and I get that. So yeah, but I think where he goes is where he needs to figure it out, and I don't think bashing him and I'm talking to people in the comments. I know you guys aren't gonna, but I'm saying there's no need to bash going forward and all that, and he just has to figure out where he wants to go and who he is.
Okay, people are asking for a recap. First of all, I want to say this. Everybody knows that when somebody questions my integrity, I crash out every time because that's all I have. The only thing y'all have of me is my voice and me telling the truth. And if someone starts questioning whether I'm telling the truth, whether I do the research myself, all of the things, y'all know I can't stand that. So I can understand. Like, I've been there. Anyway, this is the recap. There was a live done about Guardians of Valor Gov a while back. It's on Checkmate's YouTube and it's on Rammer's YouTube. On Checkmates, it's a 3-part series. On Rammer's, it's one full live. And in that, they discovered the true Guardians of Valor, what he was all about. And to this day, there are people still supporting him, which blows my mind. But they do. It's their right. Well, an account popped up called Joker's Wild. And it seemed to be supporting Guardians of Valor. Went into and using that account, body shamed somebody who has probably like a lazy eye and asked the question, which eye I should I look at or something like that. Then went to this newer account called Casting Shade that is questioning everybody's everything, and went in there and made a series of comments related to that live and questioned Checkmate, Rammer, Birdie, and Fallon's credibility, saying that they didn't actually show any receipts.
Well,
And no, they don't come up here without receipts. And then when they got questioned, they went from Joker's Wild to Just Me. They changed their name immediately, thinking they could hide. This was the original account. They changed it to this account. And then on one of the comments, when they clicked on the All4one, what was it? Always All4one account? It took them right to the Joker's Wild account. So they knew, based on that the Joker's Wild account was in fact All4one. So the question is, why would he go somewhere else and question their integrity to the world? Because we're all watching Casting Shade, let's be honest, and not come to them, where in fact he has personal relationships. Fallon was his mod at one time. Why wouldn't you just go to her? And they've talked since. And so they feel betrayed. We sure do, Birdie. So that's the quick recap. And when he was confronted, he did come up. At first, he was like, yes, it's me, and I apologize, but I wasn't doing what you guys were saying. He was deflecting. He started talking about Casting Shades account and on and on and on. And he said sorry for making the account, but he wasn't saying sorry for what he said, what he did, and how he made them feel. It was like, yeah, I did it, and I'm sorry that I made an account, but... and deflected and deflected and deflected. And then was like, well, what are you guys doing to me now? Which is what? What were they supposed to do? Come to you privately now? And like I told him, do I have to worry about you making another account and bashing me somewhere? And when I said me, what I meant was all of us. If he doesn't like something you do, is he going to make an account and go somewhere and bash you? And then he also did apologize for body shaming, but at first he was like, if that's body shaming, what do you know it is?
And he said something in one of his lives that he said, well, I can tell by some of the comments and who they're covering, who that is. So I have to still wonder if you really thought that that account's being run by somebody in these boxes.
I asked them, because why would you go there? That's why I asked. And the account has made it clear that it's not y'all. Y'all have said it's not y'all. And if you are trying to maintain your integrity, then it wouldn't be none of y'all.
And despite all of that, if it was us, we would do it right here, just like we're doing it now. There's no need for us to do it elsewhere. I mean, this
Exactly.
patterns. Actions speak louder than words. Patterns. Our pattern is we're going to come here and we're going to bring it to the community because the community is the most important thing to us. We're not going to do it to any other reason.
I also want to say for everybody in the comments saying, I'm not going to sit here and listen to him be bashed. Where's our grace at? Our credibility, our integrity was attacked. Where's our grace?
And he's not
I mean,
getting bashed.
seriously.
They're giving a recap. He's not getting bashed.
No, I was just giving a recap. It's not about a bashing. I'm literally telling you what happened. Like, I'm not leaving anything out and I'm not adding anything extra. It's how it happened. It's not a bash session. We all talked about the good he has done. And when he talked about closing his account, I was like, don't. We need the link tree. So I don't understand why you can't hold somebody accountable for what they've done and without the world feeling like you're trying to take everything they've done away from them. We're here to address one thing. Well, I shouldn't say we. They were here to address one thing. And what's so crazy is if it happened to any of y'all would want the exact same thing to happen. You would want somebody else to have accountability. And if we're going to say to other people, to the scammers and enablers and all of that, if you got something to say it with your whole chest. Don't come in here on your other account and don't do this, that, and the third. That's where we are. But I also acknowledge this. Doing this on a regular basis is hard work. It is not easy. You guys stream. You guys post. You guys send messages. You guys let us know things that we missed because it is impossible to watch everybody's everything all the time. And then there are those of us who come live and talk about it. And you might think, oh, well, that's just 3 hours. In my case. Do you know how many hours I work to get to those 3 hours? How much nonsense I have to watch and listen to just to get to those 3 hours? It takes longer for me to do the 3 hours than the 3 hours. And after a while, it gets to you. After a while, when you see the nonsense done by some people, it gets to you. So I acknowledge that. We all have to take a break. I now book breaks into my calendar because I would lose it after a while. It's just too much. But that doesn't mean that what he did was okay in this case. And so for people who have trusted him explicitly, it changes things. No, he wasn't scamming. He made an account and hid behind that account to question the credibility of the ladies on this live when they called out Guardians of Valor. And while he says he doesn't support Guardians of Valor, he used their live to question whether or not they actually come with receipts. And if that was the case, he said that he was afraid of being bashed, which is why he didn't do it from his main account. But here we are. So you didn't save yourself anything. You actually made yourself look worse. He could have held the live and said, I don't believe anything was shown and called them there. He could have done it privately, but he should have did it with his whole chest.
He could have asked for the receipts. He
Right.
could have asked, where can I watch the live? But he was in the live.
And
We
he had
have
an open channel.
screenshots of him coming in the live and commenting in the live. He was there.
I think he told me hello in the live.
I'm sorry, ladies, that it happened. Everybody knows how I feel when my integrity gets questioned, because that, to your point, that's all they have. You don't know what I look like. You don't know my name. You don't know where I live exactly. You don't know a lot about me. The only thing you really have is my voice and my integrity. And it's the same for the ladies here. So I'm sorry. It wasn't fair. It wasn't necessary. And I hope that everybody learns that when it gets to be too much, put your phone down. Walk away. If you're starting to have a bunch of negative feelings about awareness, go to somebody you trust and talk about it. But don't start making accounts, accusing people of things, because one of the great things is that eventually we'll figure out who you are. And then you have to answer for it.
Sophia, I got to address this question. It says, listen, all this stuff gets messy. Please remember this isn't real life. Sophia,
It is. I'm sorry.
this is very much, people come over here on their free time after they put their kids to bed, and they come on this app trying to help people not get taken advantage of. So somebody who's scamming, begging, or exhibiting bad behavior or struggling with active addiction doesn't get something too bad off the street or too much of it. So it very much is people who are in their homes, and some of them are homebound. Some of them don't have people in their real life. Some people just do good just to get out of their bed every day, and they come here to kick it with us to do something good in this community. So it very much is something that impacts everybody. And when one of the pillars of the community falls and is doing something to people who are busting their butts to help us and move this community forward, it's detrimental to their mental health. And I would like to encourage people, if this is too much for you, reach out to any one of us, any one of your friends, or 988, because this is important to people. They get frustrated when these beggars, scammers, and bad behavior make the money every single time. And remember, they will always make the money because it's what the nature of the app is. We can slow it down, but we're never going to stop it.
Whether you still support him wholeheartedly or not, that's your choice. Nobody's telling you what to do. Do what you want to do. Just be mindful. That's all. Okay, I'm gonna go because if I don't, I'm not gonna be ready for tomorrow.
Thank
So
you,
thank you
Katie.
guys. I hope I explained it adequately enough so that it didn't disrespect you guys and people got a chance to understand.
Thank
We
Thank you,
you.
Dee Dee.
absolutely appreciate you coming up and helping us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dee Dee.
So, I don't know. I, for one, am very disappointed. Unfortunately, I will be unfollowing Jeff. Um, you guys are all free to make your own choices, but that's what I'm going to do.
Just take the information and do what you choose to do with it. Nobody's telling anybody what to do.
I know people have a lot of questions, and I get it. We had a lot of questions when we found out. Um, I really don't know what to say anymore. Awareness has gotten so messy and so bad that stuff like this is just setting everything back, especially when you can't trust the very people that you're trying to work with to help people. So I don't know if I'm going to continue awareness myself. I'm almost at my breaking point, honestly.
Hey, checkmate for the people still wanting recaps and coming in late. Where are you going to be posting this on your page?
Yeah, it'll be on my YouTube. My YouTube is Checkmate TikTok. Hey Auburn, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I've been better for sure.
I guess the final point, checkmate, I want to make too, because I know you're going to probably be wrapping it up soon. Everybody can definitely take what they want out of it. Just take the information, do what you want. But
Somebody just muted me.
Was it an accident maybe? I think Amber was trying to mute herself because it said Amber muted you. Amber, what are you doing, girl?
Yeah, it's not trying. I'm not trying to meet you.
But my point is that just everybody needs to probably take some time with it, and you just got to do what you feel is right for yourselves.
See, Stabby Daddy, that's the problem. It is a huge table, but if you have people working against you, then it makes your work pointless. And that's the problem I have. I'm so tired sitting up here. We're trying to do this and we're trying to do that. And it's just fucking thing after thing after thing.
Hey, listen, Jeff held alive about me, calling me a bully. There were people in his chat calling me a POS and all kind of shit. So him saying something about he don't like what people saying in the chat, like what?
Good
Yeah.
evening. How you doing? Hey, host. Hey, chat. Hey, everybody. I'm getting a lot of tags. I apologize. Can you I'm confused. Can you kind of like shorten it for me? Because I'm not understanding this.
It's going to be on my YouTube later. I don't think that we're going to keep recapping it over and over and over again. I mean, I'm sorry you were in here for the beginning and whatever, but it's a lot to go through. And I just don't think that people want to keep reliving it over and over again.
Okay. I don't know your YouTube. You new to me. I can, if anybody possibly, I can go live on my page. And if anybody not on this page live, but my other page, I'm gonna go live. If I see Remy in here, if somebody can please go over there for me. That'll be grateful because I would like to know, please.
Yes, Miss Red, I'll send it over to you.
Okay, I'm going to my other page.
Okay.
So okay, I'm gonna go to my other page. If I follow all my MLA Red page, I'm gonna go live because I like to hear this. Thank you, y'all.
Yes, ma'am. You have a good evening. I'll see you in a little while.
Yeah, good night. Thank you for coming up.
So I'm getting messages that Glory is over there and she's talking all kinds of craziness, which we already know. And she's talking about how we're dragging Jeff, and they're talking in the chat about going real life. Let's get their names and addresses and do what they do to you and all these things. And Glory, if you happen to be on the outside looking in, listening, just know that that is what you are made of, okay? You hide behind a fake account and you act like you want to steer some kind of revolution because you want something horrible to happen to Jordan. That's what you want. You want to see her foam at the mouth and ultimately pass away. But she's slowly passing away in front of your eyes because you're helping do that. Glory, I promise you, you will never box up with me and have a conversation because you're weak. You'll never come have a conversation with any of us. But the fact that you came over here and you showed your ass and you were like, oh no, they're dragging Jeff when he was your arch nemesis just a day ago because you can't defeat us, that's fine. You are on the losing end of things, Glory. And just because you don't care about people, that's fine. You show who you are every single time you show up in a chat. You could have been something that changed people's minds. Instead, you want to be destructive. That's not what we're about over here. If we wanted to go real life with you, Glory, and put out who you were and all the things, we could have. You're just not that interesting. You're not that important. So no matter what you do, no matter if you pay for the hotel for the next century over there, just know when she passes away, then any information that anybody has on you will be turned over to the proper authorities, and there will be a precedent set because you helped a human life pass away that was valuable. No matter who they are, no matter how much they lie, and no matter how badly they treat people.
Whose chat is she in?
She's over in Jordan's chat.
Oh, I didn't even know Jordan was alive.
Thank you to the ones that are sending me information. I appreciate you guys. That's what it's all about. Information, knowledge is power. It's because of you guys. So you guys have to walk away thinking, what would you have done if you would have been sitting on a piece of information that could protect your peers? Would you just walk away? Would you let the entire train of people go into a derailment and off the cliff when you could have prevented it? So for us to act like we did something great here, it doesn't feel like it was great. This hurts.
And let's not forget, we're not bashing a single person. Let's not forget, he sat here himself and said he did it. He was wrong. So nobody's bashing anybody.
We're not in this to hurt anybody. Not in this to hurt anybody, because if I wanted to go and do that, I would have continued in politics, because God knows they're out here not giving a shit about anybody but themselves. Because there's no rewards over here, y'all. because truth gets you hated. Guess how many people are going to be hating on us? Because there's always going to be something we didn't do. We either didn't go too hard, we did go too hard, or we just didn't cover what they wanted, and they may have been muted for their bullshit because they wanted to talk about his personal life, which has nothing to do with this app. So if you were muted because you were talking about somebody's personal life, good. Because that's what your people do. Your people drag people in their real lives when their real life has nothing to do with the bad behavior they exhibit on this app, the begging and scamming. Because it's their insides that are ugly, and the people that they hurt are the ones that they act like they care about with their emotional manipulation. The outlet is you guys. You guys get to come here on an app and be whoever it is that you want to be. But at the end of the day, you're trying to help people. If you were doing something destructive, there's another side of the app for that. It's not over here, though. If you want to care about something, you don't go and do something destructive to hurt it. I wish we could just come on here and talk about domestic violence and resources. I wish we could talk about mental health and 988, and that there's always somebody willing to listen, because there is somebody out there that wakes up every day and shouldn't feel like they don't want to be here because they have an animal to feed or a kid to feed. That's the only reason they're still here. But then they come over here and they treat each other respectfully, sharing information.
You know, it's so easy for people to say this or say that, but you really never know how it is until it's yourself, you know?
That's the thing. Like that shit totally fucked me up. I had people attacking me and shit. Like I didn't even do nothing wrong. I just called him out when nobody else would, because he played that, oh, I'm special needs. That trust fund kid, Kyle. I wasn't bullying him. I just told him how it was. Quit messaging all of us and trying to play on our heartstrings, because that's what he was doing. Because he did it to me a long time ago. Like I've already been through it with him. And then he popped back up and everybody started making videos. And just like with all these other scammers, I done seen these fucking people. But to call me a bully, and then when I ask you about that live, you don't remember doing it. That let me know right there, all right, you know what I mean? So I pretty much left it alone.
I remember that. I mean, I was in your box when that was happening. Yeah,
So this ain't the first time. I don't think it's the third time.
no, definitely not.
But I said some out of line shit on my live, and I apologize for it, which is personal business. But I kind of felt attacked, so I attacked him back, But none of it was necessary because I wasn't bullying anybody. I just called him for what he is. I've been knowed him.
Yeah, that was a wild night.
But yeah, I didn't go over there or say anything, none of it, until he ran to somebody else that don't like me as well about me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You got to team up on people, and that's what people do on here. That proves to me that's what people do. When people don't like you, they team up against you.
I mean, you're just pretty blunt. I don't know. I've never seen you bully anybody though. And I've been knowing you a long time.
Yeah, I damn sure didn't bully him. I just told him straight up, quit messaging all of us and telling us a sob story. Because then we found out he's a trust fund kid. He gets so much a month. You got a place to live, all that shit. He's a liar. He's a scammer. He's going to continue to do it. He had just faded away for a while. When he came back, all these new people were around. And that's when they seen him. You know what I mean? He probably messaged them too, playing on their heartstrings. Because that's what he does. But yeah, he did it to, I bet, 20 or 30 people in awareness. And I called him out on it. That's not bullying. So this is not the first time. Second time, the shit'll happen again and again and again. So it's just the way it is on here. You can't trust no fucking body. Nobody. Not a fucking soul.
I go by what you just said, but I also been here enough years to know you trust people that have done the same thing for a long time and they don't switch up and do different shit all the time and go back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the people you trust that roll like you do.
That's why when these ladies, when these ladies showed me the information they have, I did not question one bit. Like, they try to show receipts every single time. They're one of the few groups or people I can say that about on here anymore. And I wish some of the newer people, like, by all means, there's so much to eat from at the table. Bring awareness, but you don't need to do it with all this.
Girl, you keep muting everybody. Adam, you need to unmute. Amber muted you.
I'm coming for her later. But yeah, it's just, I don't see why it's so hard to just stick with people and trust in people that show you the same pattern of doing the right thing. Like, it's quite simple in my book. That's how I roll, but I guess to each their own,
It's just crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know either.
There's going to be lots of questions in the future from people who need to hear what they need to hear. Tell them about the YouTube. But I need everybody to know that if you're watching what we're saying, know that we're not dragging anybody. We're not dragging it out. People are asking for answers and they deserve them. So that's not dragging. So when you're watching from the outside, it's important that everybody sits back and decides for themselves what they see.
You know what? And I'm really tired of that, because what about us? You know what? We put a lot of fucking work into this shit. All the time. Every fucking week. Every fucking day. We're here. Answering messages. Doing what we can do to help people. Where the fuck is our grace? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Dragging who?
Not me. Please don't message me, please.
Yeah, don't message Auburn. He won't respond anyways.
And if you're messaging us, guys, give us a little bit, because my phone has not stopped dropping down with messages, and I appreciate each one of you. I will get back to you. I promise. I always do. It's going to be a lot. But just know that this was not comfortable. And sometimes you have to take courage over comfort. And to do that, we're not ever going to try to snow anybody. I'm not ever going to tell anybody you do it this way or else, because that's just not what we do over here. We give you the information. You have to do you. But you have to ask yourself, if that was me in those same shoes, what would I have done? Would you have looked the other way just because it's comfortable? Or would you have done something about it when you had the ability to do something? We have the ability over here on this platform, and we do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Dee Dee does it on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Go find your people. Whatever it is that you want to do and you enjoy doing, type it at the top of the TikTok search bar and go find your people. I'm just very blessed that you guys allowed me to sit with you and do this.
And I'm sorry to the people that got hurt, to the people that respected him, trusted him. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say to you.
You guys are going to continue to be amazing. Everything that you do with the likes, the shares, the reposts, the videos you make, it's you guys doing that. Every streamer, every time you click on somebody who looks like they're about to give money and you run over there and you message them kindly, that's what it's all about. It's not about the clicks, the like, and the clout. Because this isn't fun. I hate doing this part of awareness. I hate it. But I'm not going to sit out there and watch you guys bust your butt every single day and not have the truth brought to you. Because the truth isn't bullying. The truth is the only thing that's going to survive out of everything, whether you like it or not. I closed the notebook.
I guess that means the live is over.
Yes.
I just, you know, I'm really okay with whatever Betty thinks. It's fine. I'm not really that worried about it. Well, I guess if the notebook has closed, I guess we're going to end the live. Just remember, y'all, the truth is not bullying. Put it out there. I'm sorry if it hurts, whatever. We gotta do what we gotta do. Thank you all for coming and listening to us tonight. Um, I don't know when we'll be back.
Yeah, it's always the people that you trust. Even though I knew this before y'all, you'll find out. It's always the people you trust. Go look at my videos from months ago. And I mean, I squashed it with Jeff, so I was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? I'm not making a video. I never made a video about it. For what? Then that just takes the focus off the beggars and the scammers, like, right? So I just dropped it, left it alone. I DM'd and I was like, hey man, you had a live about me. People calling me a POS in the chat. You didn't say anything. And he replied back, he didn't remember doing that. So that right there let me know, you know what I mean? I don't fuck with him like that. And then it happens again. So you make your own decision at that point. Once you've been shown to prove, told what's happening, you make your own decision.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, anybody can support whoever they want to support. We're not going to tell you who.
And shit, I've been in Jeff's lives. That's when I talked to Dawn Stone that night. Was in Jeff's live. You never know. That's another reason I stay out in fucking DMs.
Yeah, you do. All right. Well, I think we're going to end, y'all. I hope everybody has a great week ahead. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to DM us. We will also put this on my YouTube. I will pin the video.
Except me. Do not DM me.
Don't DM Auburn. Please don't DM Auburn.
Thank you in advance.
I'm writing you a novel right now.
Y'all have a great night.
You all have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you,
Good
everyone.
night.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you all. Bye.